Hey YouTube, so I've got my carb kit in from mikescarb.com. A lot of carb parts, and also the way I had found his website was by the videos he put up about how to put in carb kits and stuff. So I got my carb number, ordered my kit, and more gasoline comes out. Yeah, blue, blue, blue. The things I'm really interested in, or the thing I'm interested in, is this. This is the accelerator pump. So what happens when you stomp on the gas, there's a little reservoir below this. It forces fuel out of the reservoir, which is on this side. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing, but this is the is it here? No, it's under here, where the accelerator pump is, and it forces fuel into the top part of the carburetor. And I can't see that particular jet. I'll have to take it apart. And compensates for the lean condition when you open up the throttle. This is the choke, but when you open up the throttle plate, it gets too much air, so that just automatically dumps in the amount of fuel when you stomp on the gas. So that part is not working. I imagine that this cup got torn or rolled over or in some way compromised so that it's not pushing fuel. So that could be a problem. Could also be a problem in the passageway. It's got a check ball and a valve to keep the vacuum from the engine, actually atmospheric pressure from outside, pushing the fuel into the carburetor, emptying the accelerator pump reservoir. If there's something wrong with that, like if fuel's able to get past that check ball and spring, then that would also have the same symptoms. So I'm kind of curious to see what's going on here. So I've got the check ball, what looks to be a mushed spring. I don't think that's going to be a problem though. And a little T-bar to hold that. So now I have to take this apart. I always have to remember how this comes apart, goes back together. So I'm going to turn it off. But actually, while I have this here, it is interesting to note that I haven't seen a lot of documentation for this setup. So this choke pull-off thing has a dimetallic or bimetallic, dimetallic, I think it's the same thing. Thing in there, so when this heats up, just from having the key turned on for a certain amount of time, it assumes that you've got the engine started. It takes the choke off. So as you warm up, it does that with the choke. There's also a choke pull-off mechanism over here that runs off vacuum, and I don't have that piece, but I don't seem to have been harmed at all by that. Then this same principle works off of a heating element inside, or works off heat. So when this has been energized for a while, it changes your idle speed. So there's not like just a regular screw that, you get the little steps on the cam there. It works with this stupid solenoid thing. So degrees of complication in my troubleshooting. Anyway, gonna take it apart. Alright, well, I found what the problem was. So let me show you what I learned. This will be fuel. This is my old accelerator pump, so don't get too excited. This here is the port where the Gasoline comes out when you use the accelerator pump, when you push the accelerator. I'm going to seal this off, mimicking the gasket. So here's me hitting the gas. I don't know if you can see it squirting out there. That's all she wrote. So, don't worry about this. I've got a new accelerator pump. But when I looked at this one, it seemed to be in pretty good shape compared to the new one, right? No tears, no folds, no compromised edge. It all looks good. But when I was first looking at this, like, I just want to verify how it works, I noticed that jet, the port, was blocked, was clogged. So all that for just taking it apart to find that. So, but that's not all that's happened, so it's not a complete waste. I also managed to kink and compromise my fuel line, because where it goes into the carburetor, this fitting is just fused to the fuel line. So when I would turn this, the fuel line itself was twisting. So I need to get a new fitting. That one's all torn up. I think from me tonight. I'm not sure. But new line, new fuel line, new fitting. Which, it's not the worst thing. This one looked kind of crappy. So I'll see what I can get. And it gives me a chance to go through all the passages again and put in new gaskets and all the parts. So, anyway, this is kind of Blowsville, but not too surprising, I suppose. That was surprising. But to take it all apart and discover that, I need the kit anyway, so no waste there. So on to cleaning passages and such. Learn. After much ado, I have that back together. I can't test it till I replace my fuel line from here down to the fuel pump. Yay! Replacing parts. Oh well. I would have liked to have fired it up and tested it this evening, but that's how the fuel line crumbles.